Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode. In today's video, I aim to explore the title that Prince William may have given his mother when he became king, should she have survived that fateful night in Paris. When Lady Diana Spencer married His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, in 1981, following a whirlwind romance, the world celebrated as their wedding was described as a fairy tale. As we know from many a fairy tale, that they do not always end in happiness or joy for all those on the stage. After what was described by the press as the War of the Waleses in the 1990s, Her Majesty the Queen asked that they should formally divorce. The divorce was finalised in 1996. Diana, who had lost her Royal Highness style, was known as Diana, Princess of Wales. This meant it was no longer necessary for friends or staff to bow or curtsy in her presence, and she would herself have to curtsy to her ex-husband, sons and minor royals. She was so upset that she did not even talk to her mother Frances for months after she suggested that perhaps losing her Royal Highness title was a good thing. Diana lost her life in August 1997. Her body was brought back to the UK by her ex-husband Prince Charles, where a funeral that almost resembled a state funeral was held. Britain and huge swathes of the world mourn the loss of a princess, a self-proclaimed Queen of Hearts. Diana's mother, Frances Shand Kidd, felt her daughter Diana could make a fresh start without the weight of being a royal, but Diana felt differently. However, her son William, who was just 14 years old at the time, came up with a plan to cheer her up. In a book, A Royal Duty, Diana's butler and friend Paul Burrell claimed that William promised to restore her title. The young prince apparently said, "Don't worry, mummy, I will give it back to you one day when I become king." Mr. Burrell claimed the conversation left Diana in tears. The most tragic part is that if Diana had not been stripped of her Royal Highness title, there was a chance she may have been alive today. Losing her Royal Highness status meant she also lost the royal protection that came with it, which may have prevented her from being in a speeding car pursued by paparazzi on that fateful night. Had Diana survived the car accident, then one day when Prince William acceded to the throne, he may have made good on his promise to restore Diana's HRH. Also, by that point, had Diana lived, she may have also been known by another title. It is likely at the point of Charles's marriage to Camilla Parker Bowles in 2005 that Diana may have been granted a new title in her own right, such as being made a Princess of the United Kingdom, which would mean that she could have been known as Her Royal Highness Princess Diana. Some suggest that it was Charles who was in favour of Diana losing the HRH. However, others, and I have to agree, feel that it was Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother who was pushing for the removal of the HRH. If this is the case, then around the time of Charles's second marriage, 3 years later, after the Queen Mother's death in 2002, he may have felt able to have asked the Queen to restore Diana's HRH and make her a princess in her own right, which was something Diana did not have when married to Charles. The benefits of this for Charles would have been to remove all connection from Diana's former married title, the Princess of Wales. I also think that Camilla would have still chosen to use the title Duchess of Cornwall. Alternatively, Diana could have been granted by Charles a title such as Duchess or Countess. Had this happened, then Prince William would need not do anything when he is eventually king. An additional option for William could have been to use a very old Tudor court style, which to my knowledge has only been used once. For this, we need to travel back to the past, to Tudor times. Lady Margaret Beaufort was a major figure in the Wars of the Roses of the late 15th century. A descendant of King Edward III, Beaufort passed a disputed claim to the English throne to her son Henry Tudor. Capitalising on the political upheaval of the period, she actively manoeuvred to secure the crown for her son. Beaufort's efforts ultimately culminated in Henry's decisive victory over King Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field. She was thus instrumental in orchestrating the accession of the Tudor dynasty. After her son's victory at the Battle of Bosworth Field, the Countess was referred to in court as "My Lady, the King's Mother." Beaufort was well rewarded for her lifelong endeavours. Her son's first parliament reversed the attainder against her and named her a femme sole. This title, previously reserved almost exclusively for queens, granted Beaufort considerable legal and social independence from men. She was allowed to own property separately from her husband, as though she were unmarried, and sue in court, two rights denied her contemporary women. As arranged by their mothers, Henry married Elizabeth of York. Margaret, who was a countess by marriage, was reluctant to accept a lower status than the Dowager Queen Elizabeth, or even her daughter-in-law, the Queen Consort. She wore robes of the same quality as the Queen Consort and walked only half a pace behind her. Margaret had written her signature as M. Richmond for years, since the 1460s. In 1499 she changed her signature to Margaret R, perhaps to signify her royal authority, R standing either for Regina, Queen in Latin, as customarily employed by female monarchs, or for Richmond. Furthermore, she included the Tudor crown and the caption, and mother of Henry VII, King of England and Ireland. My Lady, the King's Mother, is a court address style that could potentially be used by Catherine if Prince William died before becoming king. It is a style which also Prince William, as king, may have bestowed upon his own mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, in recognition of her previously held HRH, which was relinquished in her divorce settlement from Prince Charles. One will never know. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, goodbye.